What's up, everyone? It's Charles here. Not a review, because as you guys know, I have very limited space for certain things. I can't even scroll up to look at his head. I should have probably tested that before hitting record. There we go. So what we're looking at here is one of the most expensive figures I own, and not by value. What I mean by that is there's certain vintage toys that you bought for like $3 in the 80s and now they're worth. No, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about like release price, retail price, whatever you want to call it. This guy is an easy $1,000, to your door or more, and maybe now even more. But anyway, the reason I'm showing you guys this, even though I reviewed it, is because it's an alternative. I know a lot of people were pissed. I even got a lot of dislikes and a lot of hate for buying this. And a lot of it sounded like jealousy. Like, people would send me stuff and then start complaining about how the price, and then it sucks that I'm an idiot for buying. Whatever, you guys know. You guys, if you're watching this, know who you are. But, I love it. I paid for it. So I'm one of the lucky ones to have it. So, not too shabby. It is very pricey. It is full of metal. And it is full of details. But no fear, for those of you who couldn't get this, there is another option for you guys which I wanted to show you, and I cannot fit it next to this guy. I will do my best. And it's this guy right here, the Mega Action Series MAS-01 Optimus Prime. Again, sorry for not being able to fit these guys in here, but you'll notice, and it's kind of hard to tell because I'm kind of looking up, but this guy's definitely a good inch taller, even though it doesn't look like it from the perspective. And this guy, which I told you is very expensive, by the way, it's the future Optimus Prime, but this right here is a very affordable comparatively to that Optimus Prime that you can have. That's huge, it's not metal, but it's got a lot of detail. You can't take panels off, you can't transform it just like the other one, but it is a badass figure. And I'll do my best to at least show you. It's not a full review, guys. If you want to see a full review, I'll try and get more space. But for now, it's just a comparison. But notice the future is on a stand, and the other guy is not, and he's still taller. So this guy is amazingly huge. And guess how much he costs? He was delivered to my door for less than 200 bucks. So that guy wasn't. That was about 5 times more. So we'll go over real quick. This guy is huge. I don't even have anything to measure him with, but I think he's supposed to be 18 inches. Definitely much bigger than the future. Very solidly built. I mean, it's plastic, so if you wobble it around, it might not feel so sturdy, but it is well built. As long as you're not an idiot with it, you shouldn't break anything. It does have LED features, and he has like the matrix light up and all that stuff, which again I will do if you guys really want to see a review on this. I mean, Ben's Collectibles already did the review, and that guy's super awesome. It'd be kind of stupid for me to do a review that will not be anywhere near as good as his, but if you guys want to see me do it, just hit me up in the comments. But I had to show this to you because it's beautiful. It has, even though the panels don't come off, there has to be some kind of inspiration drawn from the future one with these little gold bits that aren't like hidden underneath panels. And there's a lot of things that are very reminiscent not only of the future, like I get a future vibe just from the way this is designed here, like these panels could pop off. I get a lot of future vibe there, but I also get a lot of MP10 vibe going on too, especially with the head. It almost looks like a miniature, it almost looks like an oversized MP10, and a lot of details like the wipers, they're not like the kind you could, I mean, that's really nitpicking. You get a lot of the little pistons going on, a lot of details under the little yellow thing here. And of course the articulated, go down a little bit, articulated fingers. That's always a big plus. If we move around to the back, and the paint job is nice, by the way. It's got a nice, like metallic, look to it. If you're Hispanic, it's sort of like a guava paste kind of color, which is kind of weird for me to even refer to that, but it does remind me of like guava paste. It is made in China, duh. And if we look down, you see more of the detailing that gives it like that future look. And I do love these little things up here, these little rivets. They're beautiful because they got like a little silver rim and then it's like gold inside. So I mean, they did a lot of work on this figure, and it's starting to turn into a review, so I'm going to cut it short real quick. But one of the things that do bother me is the thickness of these legs. I think they could have just taken this off and have it been like the legs, or at least make this half of what it is. They decided they needed to put the tires, which are rubber by the way, you know, and they roll, but it's kind of pointless. They could have just done something different. Just that's probably my only nitpick, is how huge the legs are. But does it make them look dopey? Nah, because a lot of the heft is offset by the hugeness of the top here. I think the only issue I had with this is this right here. See how it's like split? I don't know if it's supposed to be glued there. I don't see any screws anywhere. That's another thing. I wouldn't even be able to, you know, take this guy apart. So I'm sure it's supposed to be glued there. But other than that, it's beautiful. I would say go for this. If you're trying to save up for the future and it's becoming like way too expensive, definitely go for this. You can pick one of these up at Big Bad Toy Store. The link is in the description below. Again, I just wanted to go over it really quick and show you the comparison with the future, since that's definitely a comparison to be made. And I know there's something to be said about a non-transforming transformer. Everybody's like, that's the reason they're called transformers, because they transform. But at the same time, think of it this way. The only way to get really cool looking sculpts sometimes is you know, statues. People collect statues and people collect action figures. You can't knock somebody for buying a statue that doesn't articulate, because you just might want the look of a statue. And then you can't knock the people that want an articulated figure with seam lines and little rivets and stuff if they want it to articulate. This kind of falls in between. It's not transforming. You lose that because it's just really meant to be a poseable statue. And I get it. It'd be cool to see it transform, but then again, it would not cost $200. So yeah, there's that. But anyway, again, link in the description below, and till next time, bye bye.